Hi everyone, it's Stephanie here with a video from My Favorite Things. In today's video, I'm going to be recreating this card by design team member Francine. Francine created the card with the new October 2016 release. She used the Beast Friends stamp set as well as this great Snowfall Verticals Dynamics. And what I'm going to do is just kind of recreate the card and show you how she created her design. So to start off, we're going to take that vertical snowfall dynamics and we're going to turn it into a stencil. So what I did is I just die cut it from a scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm just going to adhere it down onto my card base. The card base I have here is a cement gray card base. It's top folding and it's cut down to an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And now that I have this stencil that we've created adhered to the top of the card, I'm just going to add some white embossing paste all over the stencil. You can completely cover the stencil like I'm doing here, or you can just kind of pick an area depending on how much snow you actually want to be on your card front. So like I said, I covered the entire stencil, and now I'm going to very carefully remove it from my card base. So you can see now I have this great snowfall look. It's raised and textured because we used the texture paste, so it's just a really great effect on the card front. And especially when it's on the cement gray, because it's darker, it really stands out. So while we let that dry, we'll go ahead and work on the rest of the pieces of the card. So I cut out a stitched arch stacks from a piece of white cardstock, but it was a little bit too tall for the card design, so I just used a stitch rectangle die to cut along the bottom to make it a little bit shorter, but still keep that stitch detail along the bottom. And then I went ahead and stamped and colored the Yeti and the Christmas trees and the little tiny heart that we're going to use on the images. I went ahead and stamped them and colored them and die cut them ahead of time, and I have them all ready to go so that we can start to assemble the card. I love that Francine used blue colors on the tree. I just think it really makes it look icy and snowy and really adds to this snowfall scene that she created. So before we adhere any of the image pieces on, we're going to go ahead and do the sentiment since we are going to heat emboss it. So I stamped the sentiment underneath the snowfall with Versamark ink and added white embossing powder, and then I heat set that, and now we can go ahead and assemble the rest of the card. So all of my snowfall is completely dry now, and I have my sentiment on and embossed, so I'm just going to use some foam adhesive to start to add all the pieces on. So I did the little snow hill that the Yeti's going to stand on, and then I just put adhesive directly onto his feet and then put some more foam adhesive on the back of him so he was the same height as the snow hill. And then I also added some adhesive, the foam adhesive, to the Christmas trees, and I'm just going to go ahead and adhere those directly onto the scene as well. And I just positioned them onto the snow hill on either side of the Yeti. And then to finish off with our stamped pieces, I'm going to add the little heart to the Yeti's hand, and I cut out a very, very tiny little piece of foam adhesive and put it onto that heart, and I'm just going to use my tweezers to add that to his hand. I just find it a lot easier when using really tiny die cut pieces like this to use tweezers. I just think it's easier to kind of see and place that little image there onto the card design. And then the last thing we're going to do is take a clear wink of Stella and add a little bit of glitter to the snow hill just to make it sparkle and shine. And then that's going to complete the card for today. So thank you so much to Francine for this inspirational card. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope you're enjoying the October release, and we will see you in the next video.